We're in Cece's and Kat's playing the Jurassic Park arcade game.
T-Rex is loose in Bravo sector. Let's roll.
Are you shooting the dinosaurs?
Frostbite.
Not yet. Yeah.
So it's like a gun thing she's holding. This got really dramatic really fast.
So I'm scared.
Great.
I love that it has like over dramatic slow motion and everything.
We need to get these for the house. It's heavy. Let's get really complicated.
We need you.
Aw, man, really? That did not last very long.
Well, it's because you suck. You missed twice.
No.
So the third time, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Aw.
I want to play more, but I don't want to put another $1 in it. I'm not quite that much of a little kid anymore.
I think that's a lie.
I know, but I don't have another $1. And the fact that being token thing takes credit cards is very dangerous for me. I'm like, oh, motorcycles.
I love those.
Serious too.
Don't tell me that I don't need to be riding quarter machine motorcycles today. One of the reasons why I don't need to ride quarter motorcycles today is that we are going to the park and finally, several months late, trading out our old passes for our pretty plastic ones. Yay, brand new blue passes!
Yeah.
And they're plastic. No more having to get them replaced every single time it rains. So when are you getting on that?
Not today.
I'm gonna get her on it eventually. So we're actually here on a Monday, but the crowds aren't really all that crazy. We are not here, however, for the awesome Marvel soundtrack. We're here to ride
does not like
blood pressure, recovering from recent surgery, or any other condition that may be Don't you go telling me to calm down. I'm tired of getting the runaround. I want to talk to Wallace right now. I'm already an uprising on his hands. Becky, we have people out in the field who are waiting for their replacement teams. Anyway,
Here's Pat. Give him a kiss. Give him a kiss.
he hasn't reported back yet. Hasn't reported back. But you want to tell me who in the Sam Hill is in charge of this rodeo? Billy? Billy, come in.
those things in the movie terrified me as a kid when the movie first came out, but I gotta say that was really cool looking.
We're just about to loading dock over there.
In that box where there's a speaker, it was rattling. It kind of sounds like a cockroach. Hear it?
Yeah, that's gross.
I'm sure everybody's already noticed this Easter egg, but if you look forward, there's one of the mummies from the Mummy Ride.
Oh, let me,
See him? I thought that was a really cool Easter egg.
you can kind of make out his outline. I'll see if I can get a closer view of him.
Riders should expect sudden and extreme abnormal blood pressure, recovering from recent surgery, or any other condition that may be aggravated by intense.
Look at how big the ride vehicle is. Oh my god.
We need to send someone out to them. The ovens are not safe.
They're having a hard time, I think, sorting
Wearing
people.
a square inch of this rocket set.
Really cute. Happy calling this
Are you gonna be outside?
I guess. Would you rather be on the side? Would you?
I was asking you, do you want to ride on the side?
Do you want to?
No, that's fine.
Do you want to?
No, I'll wait till next time. You go.
Okay. That is the easiest, most passive-aggressive way to say that you want to be on the side. Oh, I'll wait till next time, she says. No, it's too late. You were already passive-aggressive. You get to be on the side now. Oh, is this the mummy one? From the mummy queue? Here we go.
Attention, this is a safety advisory call departing expedition ride. Difficult flight conditions on the island. Riders should expect sudden and extreme.
Okay, so we're on our way out now. On the way out of Kong, my camera died on the exit ramp, so we came over to Jurassic Park into, what is this, Thunder Falls? Get a drink and kind of like talk about the ride a little bit, and there's like little birds down there that keep distracting me.
Oh, they're really cute.
I liked the ride, like, I liked it a little more than I thought I was going to, because it kind of ties in with the 2005 Kong movie. I kind of emphasized, like, that racist, scary native cannibal trope, and I thought it was going to be way worse than what it was, to have makeup in my eye. I appreciate the amount of effort that was put in the queue, but I actually think the queue's kind of dull. It's just room after room of skulls in the dark with like tight areas that make it very uncomfortable. It also makes all of the sound carry big time, so I had a huge headache. By the time we actually got to the docking area, I was just in a bad mood. Like, I was so miserable because it was dark and then flashes of like real bright light with the lamps, and then it would be kind of open and kind of like spooky, and then it would suddenly go into a smaller, tighter area. All it really was resin, rock work, and skulls, and then all of the obnoxious random chanting, and so I liked some of the atmospheric noise, and like I was impressed with like the skulls and stuff looked, but I just did not like that queue very much at all. The animatronic, that big slug thing that you were afraid of, those creepy things, there's like an animatronic of it in the queue, and I was impressed. There's a little bird in here.
Oh. You got a French fry.
Good for you, little bird. Oh, there's one over there too.
Oh.
Isn't that funny?
Florida. It is a little bird butt.
The animatronic of that thing was like really cool. And like I liked some of like the crates and stuff. Like my favorite part of the queue was right before the loading dock, because there was actually detail there. The ride vehicles are really cool. I was nervous when I realized there wasn't any kind of like secure bar or seatbelt or anything, but it didn't jostle around as much as I expected it. So the ride itself relied a lot on screens, and I think that would have been fine if it had gone on for longer. There were a lot of like really great effects, like at one point, you know, when things slide past the truck, there's like air effects that kind of push against you or whatever to really give you that feeling of like this massive thing is moving past you. When things are exploding, you're getting hit with water. So it wasn't like it was a totally stagnant ride because like the whole vehicle moves, etc. I don't know, it felt a lot like Gringotts in terms of like the technology, but it didn't pay off like Gringotts. Gringotts has like a full adventure story feel. This felt, you spent half the ride figuring out what the hell was going on, and then it was over. So you didn't really get like a sense of beginning, middle, and ending of like a full journey thing. Like Gringotts kind of ends pretty quickly, but I don't know. I was impressed with the animatronic in the ride too, but it actually looked out of place compared to the amount of screen work that was used. I did enjoy the fact that you're encouraged to like look here, look back, look here, look back. Like that was cool and that was really immersive and I was really into that. I don't know, it was ambitious in some ways, but mostly it felt like a very kind of safe ride. Like other than Kong himself, it felt like they didn't really push the boundaries and do new things. I wasn't really impressed, and with how much I hate the queue, I don't think that I'll go out of my way to ride it again. Especially with the unnecessary scare actor thing in the boo holes. I don't see myself subjecting myself to that horrific queue again just to ride a ride that I think is done better with Gringotts, or like Kat said before we started filming, Spider-Man. Want to do your review now?
Sure. Mine's gonna be a little bit shorter than yours because you dressed.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. So we have not ridden that ride since it came out. Like every time that we had an opportunity to ride it, we were like, oh, the queue wait is too long, and it was 75 minutes.
It wasn't horrible.
No, it wasn't horrible, but I don't like that queue. I think it went on too long. I wish that, like, I like that they're trying to try something new with having scare actors in the queue, but I don't like the stereotypes that they're using for the scare actors. Details were nice. I do appreciate just how much attention to detail that they did, kind of like how MJ said with the skulls, and just the lighting was really cool.
I hated it.
I did. I liked it. It was better than the Mummy queue because the Mummy queue is like pitch black, so I liked that it had that vibe to it, and it felt very Indiana Jonesy to me, like kind of going through. But when you get out of the room where the witch is, it just goes into stone walls, and it feels really out of place because then you feel like you're in a building again. Like when you go into that main room where like all the lights and the show and stuff is, I felt kind of immersed, like I was actually in a temple setting. And then you just start winding through narrow hallways, and
yeah, that's true.
It broke it for me. And then the animatronic of the big worm guy, that movie when it first came out, those things terrified me as a kid for some reason because it was like a like from Legend of Zelda. It just swallowed people whole. That freaked me out. So the animatronic I was really impressed with. the actual ride, I don't like when stuff relies on screens too much. Like, I know that they can do a lot of things with that, and it did look good, but like, I wish that they would have put a little bit more animatronics in the ride itself. I think it would have tied it together, because you get some really cool like big bat creature things in the very beginning, and I'm like, okay, cool, this is going to be like Forbidden Journey, where you get breaks in between the screen usage, but that wasn't the case. And I think that, especially with the scene where they're fighting the big giant bugs, as much as that would have terrified me, considering I was sitting on the edge, I would have loved for one of those things to just come up out of the shadows for a second and like face the thing for a minute and then come back down. Like, it probably would have taken away from the screen, but the screen was very cartoony looking to me anyway, so I don't think that it would have broken anything for me. As far as like the ride itself, I agree with MJ. It felt very rushed. There wasn't really much of a story to it. You're basically just like, you're on this expedition and now you're following the path to try to find one of your team members, kind of thing, and then it was over with. So you get the one fight scene, which is actually the same fight scene from the tram at Hollywood Studios. The majority of the fight with the T-Rex is just straight from that, which, I mean, okay, fine, whatever. I'll give them a break on that.
I'm not giving him a break.
On the end, though, with the animatronic with Kong being there, I took my goggles off because he is so impressive. Like, I would ride the ride again just to get another look at him. As a kid, the first time that I ever went to old school Universal Studios, when they still had the Kong ride, where he's like right up in your face because you're in the little trolley, that was cool. It felt like I was 8 years old again, so I really enjoyed that. He was awesome looking. So I would ride it again to get another look at the Kong animatronic, but overall as a ride in the queue, it's gonna be one of those Blue Moon rides for me. It's not like Spider-Man, like I was trying to tell her, of, you know, it uses a lot of screens too, but that ride is just overall, it's fun, and there's so many different elements. You get breaks from it, so it's not just relying on getting pushed back and forth and then looking at this way and looking at that way. Oh, sorry, but it wasn't my favorite.
No. And you know, actually another thing that really made me mad is they didn't even bother putting the screens all that low. Like, I'm 6 feet tall and I was sitting in the second to the side seat, the fourth row, and I barely had to glance down to see past the screen to just blank flooring or sidewall, whatever. And that was really frustrating because I felt like I had to like train my eyes to stay at an unnatural angle.
It wasn't just your height, because I could see that too. It's not just your height, because I could see that too. If you looked down too far, like if you were trying to like look a little bit more detail at like the ground or whatever, especially like when you're falling, you could see the black. I think the only people who wouldn't be able to see that are like little kids, which they were dragging a lot of screaming kids on that. Shame on you. Bad theme park parents.
I think that's actually kind of lazy. Like, I know that I'm probably gonna get flack for that, but I think that's really lazy to not try to create as immersive of a space as possible. There's only a couple of places in Spider-Man or Transformers or any of them where I have enough time to glance down. And because Kong does this thing where it like gets you to a scene and then stops and stays there for an extended period, even with action going on, your eyes are gonna wander a little bit, especially when you're trying to keep track of everything that's going on. So if you've got space there that's literally just ride wall with no detailing or anything, like, gosh, even The Simpsons didn't feel
The Simpsons
that bad.
screen is awesome. There's very small space where you don't see screen. Don't get me started on The Simpsons, because I love The Simpsons, right? On Kong, it's like if you just glance down, you can see it, or even up for that matter, because that didn't seem like it went all the way to the ceiling.
And actually, I felt like they could have done a lot better with the, at a couple of points, the truck is like plunging to the side. I felt like they could have done a much better job with making that really feel like it. It might be because we were falling on the opposite side of where Kat and I were sitting, but it didn't feel like on Transformers or Spider-Man, where when you're falling you really feel it. I think I like that they were ambitious with the ride size, but I think that actually takes away from the ride to a certain degree, because it's like you can't get those special effects to everybody in the ride vehicle. And like with Transformers and Spider-Man too, there's different degrees you feel the special effects when you're in the different areas of the ride vehicle, but I never feel on those rides like I missed out on something that made the ride better. I never feel like that on those rides on Kong. I have a feeling if I ride in a different part of the ride vehicle, it'll be a different experience, as in making it better from like an average experience, as opposed to like if I sit somewhere different on Transformers or Spider-Man or even Gringotts to a certain degree, and sitting somewhere makes a good experience better. I love King Kong, but I didn't like that ride very much, and it's kind of bumming me out a little bit. Are you bummed out, Boo?
A little bit.
What?
I wish that they just had like a big King Kong store with that animatronic just chilling there all day, because I just sit there and watch it all day.
So we were actually really bad about filming today. We were kind of just hanging out. We only had a couple of hours anyway, but now we are on our way to Steak and Shake to get a milkshake, which I'm really excited about because I haven't had a Steak and Shake milkshake in like 11 years.
Yeah.
10 years, give or take.
I've never had one.
Yeah. Oh, here we are. So, sorry about the lack of theme park vlogging today. We were bad. So we just had a couple of milkshakes and they were really good. I haven't had Steak and Shake in a really long time, and I absolutely loved them when I was a teenager. So that was like a really nice like end to like a little date day. So I'm sorry we didn't really film better today. We were kind of just having like a lazy kind of like day out, and you know, there's not much you can film at Universal, honestly, when it comes to just straight up going and riding rides. Like, unlike Disney, they don't really let you film on any rides other than Popeyes, and I think that's just because they assume nobody would. Anyway, tell the internet good night, and this is the end of the vlog.
Okay, I love you. Goodbye. Good night. Ooh, look at that moon.
Where?
Look at that moon. You'll see it. It's pretty freaking huge, man.
Not drive into the curb. Woo! There it is. The camera is really not doing it justice. Like, it's so pretty tonight. Oh, it's gigantic. Okay, good night.